But
Hello! Dang it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the That's How We Roll channel. Tonight, it's Misfits of Alseta. It is a D&D actual play 5e, and everyone you see before you will be playing level 7 characters. Let's get right started. We're going to jump into some announcements, and then we'll get to know everybody. All right, Lee, take it away.
Hello, I'm Lee with announcements. We have a chess code for Idle Champions. It's the Idle game where you're in the Forgotten Realms, and you can play as one Hope LaVelle as Penelope Halfpint. You get a free Electrum chest with the code that you see on the bottom left of the screen. And also, if you like typing that Misfits into things, you can get 10% off on dancakes.com. If you want to purchase anything, you can get our griddle kits, colors, bottles, Dancakes. We've got you. If you want a pancake of every natural one David rolled last game and have it preserved and framed, you could get it for 10% off with the code Misfits. That's all I got.
Daniel.
Hi, I'm Daniel Denova, here with more announcements. We have the best tea you're ever going to taste in your life with Friday afternoon tea. It tastes like the description, literally. Tea made from description, the flavor, you can imagine as exactly the words on the page. So if you want to get some exquisite tea, go to fridaytea.com and you can get free, not free, sorry, paid tea, but you can get tea such as Mora's Maypick, Quiet the Mind, Free to Be Me, Paladin's Blend, a smiting good time. So go to fridaytea.com for that. Next we have Questbook, a service for DMs and GMs. Professionals specifically that can run games for you. So if you wish for a GM or a DM from New Zealand specifically, a Kiwi from Middle-earth to run a game for you, you can do so by going to questbook.nz and you can have a DM run a game for you, such as me. That's me.
All right, wonderful. Let's get to know everyone around the table. We're going to take it away, Dani.
Awesome. Hello. I am Dani Gage, aka Better Thorn on the internet. I am playing Silva tonight. Both of us use she, her pronouns. And catch me this Sunday on Pixel Circuses in the name of new actual play. It's going to be really great. Wonderful. Magical. We love them. That's it.
April.
Hi, yeah, that's me. Hi, I'm April. You can find me all over the internet as April Raygun, and I play Nira, the Kobold Bard. Wow, I forgot who I was for a second. Sorry, I disassociated. I'm going to figure out who I am. Someone else go.
All right, Duval.
Hey everybody, my name is Jacob Plicque. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm typically the co-founder, not typically, I'm always a co-founder of the Amphitheater. That doesn't actually change. I don't disassociate from that role ever, where you can actually find me in April tomorrow on Argonhold University at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, as well as the DM of Duval and Dragons over on Some Meta Games Twitch on Sunday. And tonight, as per usual, I'll be playing Kotatar. He's a Githzerai Horizon Walker Ranger, also using he, him pronouns. And yo, he smiled last episode. What the fuck, right?
Lee, as you take us away, I knew it.
Yep, nailed it. Got it.
I'm Lee at Goldberg337 on all the social media stuff. If you know me, you probably know I do pancake art with a penchant for TTRPG monsters. I'll be playing David. Both of us are he, him. And I'm your wildfire druid who's bad at animals.
Daniel.
Hi, I'm Daniel Denova. I go by he, him, they, them, she, her. I am gender fluid. I play Sanya Leone, the Dhampir Rogue Barbarian, who graces your ears with very, very aristocratic tones. You can find me on Twitter as either Daniel Denova or Tartan Kiwi, and the same on Twitch and various other places. Thank you very much.
And Damien.
Hello world, I am Damien, coming to you from down under. I'll be playing Reginald Bellagamba tonight, aristocratic type, but very much a sad boy at the moment. And on the channel we have lots of exciting stuff happening, but next month we will have Hamlet, and it is driving me nuts and I am very tired, but I am so excited. Jen Kretschmer will be Hamlet, and she is incredible. So that's it for me.
And I am Hope LaVelle. You can follow me on Twitter at the Hope LaVelle. You can watch me play an 80-year-old adventuring grandmother every Tuesday on the Demi-Plane RPG channel on Children of Erte. But more importantly, tonight I am your dungeon master. And I think we're just gonna pop it right back over to Damien real quick for our land acknowledgements.
Will do. Thank you, Hope. As I mentioned, I'm in Australia, and I'm on the land of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, and they are the traditional custodians of the land on which I am playing from today, and I pay my respects to their elders, past and present. We have Daniel calling in from Aotearoa, the land of the Maori people, and in North America we have people playing from the Fernandino, Tataviam, the Hohokam, Tumakua, Creek, and Cherokee, and we pay our respects to all Indigenous people all over the world.
Thank you. And with that, let's roll our intro.
Hope sound.
Hope sound. Hope sound.
Sound.
All right. Time for a recap. Last week, the return of the group back together again. We got Nira back. There was some questioning with Tabaris, the leader of the Air Cook Thieves Guild, and there was questions about why the Nightmare King would have chosen this particular person to attack. Didn't have any answers. Tabaris knew nothing of a Nightmare King, so there's still a mystery there as to why and what was happening there. But nonetheless, they decided to let it go, and everyone left safely this Thieves Guild and made their way, deciding to walk across the desert, this large canyon plain, towards the mountains, south towards the mountains, so that they can get back to civilization. During that time, there was chats and good times, and then some clouds came over their heads, and they stepped inside of a dreamscape. Now, a dreamscape is a remnant of the nightmare realm that is fragmented and left behind due to all of the things that happened in our prologue. And this dreamscape happened to have a very large sea of marionettes, just waves and waves of marionettes gyrating and making a mess, and they had to get through. And with the help of Nira, playing music and putting on a show, the marionettes formed a what's the word? They just came in line and started dancing in a way that you could weave through them and make it to the other side. Kotatar did an amazing job of consoling a young girl who was having this nightmare, and to all of our surprises, she was very happy to know him, and she woke up no longer afraid, and the dreamscape closed. Now we find you guys had continued to walk, and you made it to the mountains. So now you guys are within the shadow of the mountains. You decided to rest now that it has become evening, almost dark, and you, Nira, created a tiny hut. And that is where you guys are. You are now resting. If you would like, we can skip forward through the rest, or if there's something you'd like to do while resting, you just let me know.
Nah, I'm good with skip.
Yeah, let's skip.
David's gonna wake up early though, and now that Nira's back and things feel a little more whole, he is going to go through all of the provisions he has, and he's going to cook breakfast and make a pot of coffee before everyone wakes up.
And you do this outside of the hut?
I do it outside of the hut, so if I have to roll, then we're all screwed.
You're all good. It should be fine. It's only
The
on.
real reason no one wants to do anything
smell
before the long rest.
of coffee. And I would just go, like, almost like one of those, like, hedgehogs that kind of, like, you know, pop their arms out, going, like, what is that smell? I haven't smelled that in a while. Where? I want. And I kind of just, like, bolt upright and walk out of the dome to see David preparing
David's
coffee.
holding as soon as you pop out, David's holding a mug of coffee for you.
Oh, David. Do you know, I've really missed this. You are such a good cook and brewer. Thank you very much. And I take a sip, and all is merry in the world.
Yeah, yep. I gotta say, man, just having Nira gone, I lost myself in a way I shouldn't have. You know, I lost the core of who I am, and that shouldn't be the burden of one person, right?
No, you are right. Though, I will say that while you were like that, you did show some incredible leadership qualities. Mayhap there's a balance between the two that you can find at some point.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, if I was a good leader, I would have sussed out that Eladrin was not who he said he was. The honest question is, if I knew, not that it was the Nightmare King, but if I knew it was a nightmare, would I have still been willing to help it to find Nira? Because at that point, I don't know what I wouldn't have done. And that frightens me. And I know Kotatar seems so happy and tickled pink about me tapping into my anger for things, but that's not who I want to be, and I'm being told a lot about what I'm supposed to be, and so I don't know. What do you think? I know you've lived a life of being told what you're supposed to be. I mean, as a noble who, frankly, I've noticed that when Reginald talks to you about being so similar, you make it seem like you forget to talk about yourself. And I know you aren't pretending, and I'm not telling you to tell me about yourself. That's your business. But I know that you at least have an idea of what it's like to push against someone telling you how you're supposed to be.
I do, but I like to keep that to myself unless it's necessary. I believe that people have their own journeys to follow, and learning a lot of those things include mistakes. I've made many mistakes to be who I am today. I know, right? Me! And I take a big swig of coffee. But I think you're right. You need to find your own journey as well. You can take advice from others, but always take it with a grain of salt. You're you, and you will find that journey yourself. With that nightmare, I mean, you know, you're not the only one that is very blinded by it. I got along with him. I do not feel good about that. I was like some commando duo, whatever you want to call it. Not good. Not good at all. So...
But I wouldn't... Don't beat yourself up. It's...
Hey, don't beat yourself up.
Here's the thing with that. You know, he tapped into that thing. Okay, I got it. I got it. But he tapped into a feeling of belonging in a way that you were able to shine. You did really well at the subterfuge and getting us in there, and you could have done it without him, but you didn't, and whatever. But he touched on that feeling of usefulness that we all want to feel. So I wouldn't blame yourself for being seduced by the camaraderie.
Well, as with everyone here, you were all the first group that I've been able to stick with. I've met many before you, but they've all... I'm about to tell you something that just, at least for a little bit, keep to yourself.
Oh, well...
There's a reason I don't get too attached to friends, and I have started getting attached to yourselves, and that worries me. Every time I do, my family takes care of them. They don't know where I'm at all times, I don't think, but they catch up sooner or later. They already have once. It was the first time we were able to do something about that. But I just worry that the more I talk about it, the more it's going to happen. Like, they know that I'm talking about them. I don't know. I don't know what kind of weird magics. It's not my strong suit, but...
Magic's weird, bro.
I'm a loose end.
Here's the thing, San. We're with a group of some of the most amazing people I've ever met. If your family wants to come after you, I'll set a couple extra seats at our table, and we'll have words.
Words.
And then I'm gonna take a sip of coffee, and I'm gonna look at you, and I'm just gonna go, you know, another thing I won't tell them. You and I just had a conversation. You had no snark, no cynicism, no playful jibes. You can be serious if you need to be. And I'll tell you, I like him. I like this San Leon. But I won't tell, especially Kotatar, that you can take things seriously.
Well, you'll have to give me more coffee for that to happen.
Should we wake everyone else
What
up?
would you tell people? The dome fell like a minute ago. We've been able to hear everything for the last like 10 seconds. What do you not want to tell Kotatar?
That
It's fine. They don't have to tell me anything.
that his knitting is better than mine already.
I mean, it's pretty good.
Oh, what is that smell?
Coffee. Get some.
Silva.
Coffee.
Silva.
I'd love some.
Silva, my God. Okay. No.
Nira,
Oh, no.
as you... I know, it's a thing I do.
I tried to wake up Silva, but I have to roll something shit.
Actually, I'll give this to everyone but Silva. Give me perception checks.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 as well.
18.
Perception?
12.
Natural 1.
No!
Shut the no! I fucking cannot handle you anymore. You're just not.
Wheaton.
You know what? I'm rolling
Will
for you
Wheaton.
next time.
We're gonna
And that's a
full
serious rap on
mechanic just
David.
for you, man.
Yeah.
Change your dice on D&D Beyond. Change them.
Yes.
You know, Lee, Hope has
Will
offered to
Wheaton at the
roll many
conference?
times.
That's right. I can roll for you.
Trade with him.
the DC was really low, so everyone but David sees this. David, you're cooking a very nice breakfast for everyone and coffee, and you're engaged in this conversation. But as the rest of you wake up, underneath Silva, as the hut has disappeared, is grass. And you follow your eyes through this grass and realize that all around you, you are in a grassy meadow. As the sun begins to rise, it doesn't feel like a harsh desert sun. It feels very warm and inviting, and there are wildflowers. You're still near the mountains, but around you, maybe within 500 feet of you, surrounding you, is a beautiful meadow.
Things have changed.
So I've been waiting.
Have they changed?
I've been waiting for several episodes to say this. Mountains and grassland is my favorite terrain.
Excellent. But last night there was no grass, right?
Correct. You're in the
Okay, cool. I need to make sure April's panicking the right amount, and she is. There was no grass here yesterday.
Oh, posy. And pansies. Oh, dandelions. Lovely. I'm just going to pick a little bouquet here.
Yeah, I'm just going to pick if I dig a handful of the dirt out, is there dirt underneath it? Like
Reginald, as you go to pick flowers, your hands go right through.
Oh no, am I invisible? What's going? What?
An illusion.
You guys gotta try these eggs. They're coming out pretty good.
I'm literally going to look at the illusion, and I'm going to hear eggs, and I'm going to the eggs bacon first. Yeah. Food first, illusion later.
And you notice that Silva's still asleep.
Silva,
I'm gonna try to start shaking Silva.
Do you want bacon, sausage, what?
Bacon? What?
And the illusion disappears.
Yeah, bacon.
Silva, your dream was manifesting.
Whoa,
What were you thinking about?
Your dream was manifesting.
Right.
Sorry. I was having a dream.
About meadows, perhaps?
I was dreaming of the first time Oberon and I kissed.
I hand a coffee as you say that.
Right.
I understand.
So that was an illusion generated by Silva.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't know what you're talking about.
But we don't need to talk about that, so we'll have some breakfast.
Bacon, yeah. Bacon.
Brilliant.
Are we not going to talk about the illusion?
No, we're not.
Was I the only one who saw that?
It's just more nightmare dream world leaking out of our brains. It's fine.
Did I miss something?
I swirl around Reginald, and I just say,
apparently not.
I whisper to Reginald. I just clap Reginald on the shoulder and say, The reason we're not talking about this is because this is an inner thought escaping into the real world. Would you like people talking about the things that you have in your mind out loud to everyone else?
No, heaven forbid.
So we're not talking about this.
I gotcha, I understand.
Okay. Do you want coffee?
Yes, eggs too, please.
Brilliant. And I go back to fetch it.
I'll hand Silva her plate for breakfast, and when I give it to her, I'll put my hand on her on her arm, like right there, and you can just see the necklace that you had given me the other day is like prominently like just visible, and I'm just like, coffee? Because I didn't notice anything.
I will take another mug more, please. That was a really good night's sleep. We haven't rested like that in a while.
No, we haven't.
Are you okay, Silva?
Yeah, I feel great. I feel good.
You are a really good dancer. I haven't seen you dance since Oberon. And
I got plenty of moves where that came from.
I might have even seen a little smile.
Yeah.
I hope. Here, and I'll grab your hand. And do you have a bracelet on or something? Okay, I'll give you a bracelet, and I'll start chipping away. I don't know if this will work, but maybe. Let's try it. And I engrave a cloud symbol in it. So you now have cloud rune power. If it works. And I will send you what that does.
All right. Cool. Is this a new thing?
Well, I've done it before, but I worry about you. I don't know if I'll always be there to protect.
Oh, you don't need to protect me.
Right you are. Anyway, eggs, coffee.
Cabbages, am I right?
Oh.
And I wink.
Nira.
Yes.
I believe that I owe you an apology.
For what?
Before we found you, we were able to receive or find your broom, and there was a unfortunate mishap involving myself and a bit of a mishandling, which is, I'll admit, a bit out of character for me. So if there is any damage to it that I've inflicted on it, know that when we have the opportunity to, I will resolve that for you.
Oh, I'm gonna pull out the broom and like point to like the crack in it that's forming. This actually started when the first time we met a nightmare. It just kind of keeps getting slowly worse. So I think it might have something to do with it. I don't think he likes it.
Well, if you need any assistance with the repair.
Thank you. It could have happened to anyone. I think I messed it up at the last fight too. Don't worry about it. Eventually it's not going to work anymore, and then we're going to have to find another one, because that'll be a big problem.
Could we not get it repaired?
Maybe we get a
if I can hear
carpet.
this? Carpet?
Yeah,
I was
have you ever
just saying
seen
we
them?
could
They're
get
like
it
they're big flying carpets. You could put the whole party on it.
I think I have. Not something that we owned. Well, they owned. You know who I'm talking about. But yes, I'm aware of them. That wouldn't be a bad idea.
Then we could all fly. Imagine how much
Most
the
of
Nightmare
us,
King
yeah.
would not like that.
I don't think so. He would not like that. Although, we could get the broom repaired as well. You can repair items like that. It just takes a bit of money and know-how. And we have both at the moment.
Well, and a town that doesn't get destroyed by floating castles in the sky.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
That would be appropriately fine.
Really found a place that isn't full of death and destruction since we started this whole thing.
Well, the city that we came from, with the castle, there was still the Archmage and various other practitioners, and there was a call-out, so perhaps when we get back there at some point.
They just seemed busy at that moment. It didn't really seem like a good time to be like, hey, fix my broom. That's like a second visit once they get...
Yes, of course.
Get the nightmare off of them.
Although I will say this, of course when they have the time, but we are helming this to a degree. Not the only ones, but because we're going through and fixing these nightmares, fixing the broom, something that the Nightmare King abhors, might be beneficial to us and as well as everyone else.
Well, we'll see. If we
Yeah,
can
we'll
find
see.
a town that is with working magical repair stores.
Should
then
we
I
look for a
think we'll
town?
stop by.
Indeed.
That was about to be my question: is do we?
Aren't we on the way towards a thing?
We don't know really where we are, but
You guys can give me survival checks, those of you from Ithrina.
Oh, wait,
Don't think that's me.
Hashtag not me.
are we all? I don't think any of us.
I don't even go here.
Here's the thing.
Silva and Reginald are.
and I can tap into nature and stuff.
You can give me a survival check if you'd like.
Got a 13.
Survival.
13, Silva, you're muted.
Sorry, 11.
Oh boy.
19!
Oh, we don't have enough in the DM. Thank you.
Look at this. Look at
Yeah.
That's his one. That's his one for the night. That's his one good one. That's it. We just ruined it. That's it.
David, you can feel the wind. There's a breeze, even though you guys are up against the mountains. There's a breeze coming from the west. And I think, I'm not exactly sure where you're from, but you know that there's a pass. That would mean that there's a pass through the mountains. You do not have to go over the mountains. There is a place known as the Quiet Pass, and that is an area that goes straight in between the mountains that you can get through safely without having to climb the mountains. So if you head west, following that wind, you will find that opening.
I keep all that information to myself.
Okay.
I don't know what to do yet. No, I'm just kidding. I tell everybody, and I guide them to the mountains, to the pass.
Okay. So
Like
yeah, you
this-
guys,
Lions, are you sure? Are you sure it's a good idea to go in between the mountains?
I mean, if we need to, we can beat feet out of there, but do you want to go over the mountains? Do you want to go through the woods?
Oh, we're going to Grandma's house?
Don't.
Yes. I would like to go to Grandma's house.
I think that I mean, I'm not from around here, but I have been, as part of my mission, have been a part of a lot of groups, and this is familiar. These mountains, this quiet pass that we're going through is something I remember, and it's used as a travel point between the mountains. So is it going to be safe? We live in a nightmare world now, so probably not. But it's not going to be any less safe than the mountains or whatever. And with Alseta's portal, like that's not our car or it's not our carriage, right? We don't just use that to get around. We have to do some of this on our own. So, I mean,
I think this is a very
Plus-
good idea.
it's felt kind of nice to decide where we're going since we got you back. Maybe it's just having you that feels nice. I don't know. I missed you a lot, Nira.
I hear that.
Right back at you.
Here.
It wasn't a great time for me.
If it makes you feel any better, it was also not a very good time for me either.
It doesn't
Okay,
make
some
me
of it
feel
was kind of
better.
funny, and it did get kind of funny at some points. They couldn't find me. It was, you would think if something hit you in the knee like 4 times in a row, you would just like start swatting at the ground, but they never did that. But it also is not a very good fun place to be.
Honestly,
Dude.
I'm more surprised that you somehow, when we got there, weren't like the leader of that band of Aarakocra. So I'm just glad that you're safe, and it's good to have you
2 or
back.
3 more days, and I think it would have happened.
Oh,
They were starting to
absolutely.
crack.
They were starting to crack.
Walk and talk.
I will say, in regards to the mountains, as I continue to get my bearings, I can ensure that we will not get lost.
Kotatar,
Send Leon.
seeing as we're going up the mountains, you remember that little trick that we used to do together?
Which one?
Cup now. Very well. I can walk up vertical surfaces.
Yes.
So we'd tie a rope to my waist, and I'd walk up with rope tied around your waist, and so on and so on and so on.
All right. Sounds like a good way to start the day.
It could be a bit chilly, but yes, fun. We have
Wait, I
coffee.
thought we were
have
going to
food.
go through.
Yeah, we're going
not
through.
Yes, however, I was thinking that me and Kotatar can take a high ground piece so that we can see a bit better.
Yeah, it's
Vantage point.
really high.
And I can walk vertically along the wall.
Can also
Don't have to
just
be all the
fly
way
up
up.
there.
That's
Can
true.
I go?
Do you want to? I can take you.
Reginald has
Well, then,
been
Sorry, go ahead.
sorry,
Reginald.
yeah. Reginald has been not paying attention and just thinking about that illusion. It's like I could really do with some pansies and some dandelions. Anyway, are we not using the gate thingy? Did I miss something?
Yes, a lot of things, apparently. No, we're going through the pass. We're not using the gate because, well, sometimes a walk is nice.
Very
Reginald.
nice.
We've walked quite far already.
Reginald, look. We used the gate to find Nira, and it took more days than it might have just trying to find her. In all of the time that we used the gate, do you have any better understanding of what's going on and who's affected and how?
No,
why?
but surely we have a holy mission. Not that I completely trust Alseta, but
Well, then let's hold off on using the gate for a while.
If let's put it this way: if we really were off the cuff of the beaten path of this holy mission, as you put it, do you not think that Alseta would guide us back to using the gate for a bit?
I mean, how many words have we actually said to Alseta? We don't know what her agenda is totally. Do you really trust her? I don't know.
Closing doors, closing this weird melded gateway between the nightmare realm and our own. That's all I
You
know.
trust her more than the Nightmare King.
Yes, indeed.
I agree with you on that point, Nira, yes.
I don't know if she's a completely trustworthy or if really any of them are. If any of the gods who could be killed by normal people would be that trustworthy. But I think this is better than nothing.
Imagine if
don't-
they were like two sides of the same coin, the Nightmare King and Alseta. What a harrowing thought.
Look, as of right now,
Maybe they're brother and sister.
Maybe.
Or twins.
I don't-
Twin brother and sister in love. Wait, no, that's weird.
Wow.
I think you wrote a song about that, Nira, but that was someone else.
Reginald,
Kotatar.
do you believe the last 3 times that we used this item, that it was the 3 most concerning issues that we resolved, considering the last one was the damn Nightmare King?
Perhaps we are called not to where we are most needed then. Perhaps what is closest to us in terms of being needed, if that makes sense.
Then if that's the case, we would have been to Nira the first time, not the third.
look, I don't care much for the politics of gods and monsters, but there are nightmares that are here, ruining everything. And so far, Alseta hasn't asked anything of us other than stop that. And I agree, it's dubious. So let's investigate. Let's figure out what we can here. And let's try to rally up some support to stop the nightmares here before we decide we have to jump to new planes of existence where the nightmares are.
Speaking of planes, Kotatar, you had checked the planes and saw Sackville, West Saris, and Hagrid Hollow before we lost Nira. Do you know if anything's changed?
I I don't.
Reginald, I know you're not going to want to go there, but if you don't go to Sackville and something happens to it, are you ever going to be okay with that?
No. Especially my cousin Howard. I do love him so. I do want to go there.
Another
I'm
point.
scared, but I want to go there. I do not want to go to Westeros, but I do want to check on Sackville, yes.
Another point, Reginald. Unlike before, you have a band of motley friends that have your back, so you do have support.
That means a lot to me, San Leon.
That's all right.
I put my hand on your shoulder.
So, Silva, you think
Support you too.
you think
Thank you.
Sackville might be a good place to start?
I think it's a place, and we have some kind of sign that there's trouble there. If we're supposed to go take care of these nightmares, something is looming.
All right, let's finish going through this mountain pass and find our way to Sackville. It sounds as good of an idea as I've thought of. And wow, someone was saying something about me and leadership skills, but I don't know, Silva. That's a really good idea.
I just wink at
stop.
David.
So you guys make your way through the quiet pass as you discuss where to go. The quiet pass is just that. It's quiet. It has a canyon effect of the wind coming through, but it's not strong. And you guys make it through, and on the other side of the mountains, many of you may begin to recognize the land a lot more. It's there are mines and there are caves up here. There's a Serpent's Pass, which is a river that you can cross, and you guys make your way south and to the west. And once you guys get closer to civilization, Reginald will lead you straight to Sackville if that is what you want. If there's anything you want to do while you journey, this probably will take about a day or two. So if there's anything you'd like to do before that, let me know.
I'm not ready for this.
I'd like to talk to Reginald
Okay.
before we go. If anyone else wants to do something first, that's totally fine, but I definitely want to...
I had a simple question. Are there any flowers on the way?
Absolutely. You guys get close to the forest. If I had my map, I would know exactly which forest it is. But yes, you guys do pass a forest, which has many wildflowers.
If I see, I don't really say anything, but if I see any that of the flowers that Reginald had mentioned, I'll make a point to point it out to him.
Aww. And yeah, as he's doing so, oh, Kotatar, thank you. Oh, pansy, oh, dandelions, oh, lovely.
You make a small bouquet.
Make a little bouquet. And when I'm done, I hand it back to Kotatar.
Oh, I don't really need... Oh,
Sure.
all right.
I know we haven't talked much, but I'm growing quite fond of you, Kotatar.
Really?
Yes. I may hide it well, but I know we've had some disagreements and I've potentially stuffed up a little bit, but quite fond of you.
And just think, it all started with a slap.
Don't the best stories?
Kotatar, have you got an admirer? Kotatar, another one, another admirer. Oh, that's wonderful. And I put my arm around Kotatar's shoulder. I put my arm around Reginald's shoulder. I feel like, oh, isn't it wonderful we're all getting along? What? Why are you doing that?
I'm not sure about wonderful, but all right.
Oh, come now, Kotatar. Reginald, you're looking peachy as ever. Those flowers.
Yes, I give him Kotatar. Yes, is it? I'm getting a little bit flustered.
Isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely, Kotatar?
I'm not flustered at all.
Continue heckling.
David?
Yeah, so the first night of travel when we're set up camp, you said it's a couple days, right?
Yeah, about 2 days.
So I'll be like, I'll make dinner for everybody. And as I'm kind of gathering like berries and like edible plants, things like that, I am definitely like sort of doing that thing where you're explaining what's going on out loud anytime I'm near Reginald. Like, I'm not telling him what stuff is, but I'm like going through like what I see, why this is edible, like all those kind of things, just sort of like teaching from a distance if you're paying attention, sort of thing. But then when we set up camp, I want to offer, I would say, Reginald, you and me first watch.
Yes, of course.
Okay. Good night, everybody. Why don't we grab your sword? Let's take a walk. Just a little bit away.
Wish I had a sword. Scissors.
Well, there's your problem.
Sure.
That's a problem.
This whole time you didn't read step 1 is actually grab sword, not sticking with the book.
Absolutely.
Yeah, right. Like,
Amazing.
So you
you'll
take your
follow
watch.
me?
Yep.
I'll kind of set up like a little fire pit, and I'll just kind of snap, and like just a little thing of fire comes off my fingers and like lights a little bit of fire, so there's some dim light. And I'll be like, you are a fencer, right? Swordsman, what kind of sword play do you do?
I try to be.
Okay. You want some practice?
You know, I do. Yeah. Yes. I've all this
So I'll
time.
hold
and I
my
haven't-
hand.
Yes,
I'll hold my hand like this, and just the vines start wrapping around, and my shield manifests, and I'll be like, "Show me what you got." Seriously, like, come at me.
Oh, come at you. Okay.
Reginald, make me an attack roll.
Attack roll.
This will be non-lethal. You won't actually hit anybody, but this is more of like a performance.
I'm just like it's just like kind of like attack the shield. Don't
Yeah.
That'd be a 23.
There you go. Swish, swish, you got it.
Swish.
All right, so when it hits the shield, because we're doing like shield work, but when it hits it, like there's some mustard in that, and David loses his footing a little bit. Like, wow, right. Come again.
And you strike again. Off of that roll. It's good.
Yep.
He's got moves.
So we'll just kind of do that for a while, like kind of dancing around, like doing that, like. Reginald, you're better than you think you are. And you're better than you think you are. You're worse than you claim you are. Does that make sense?
No.
Good. Find your middle ground. Find a middle ground.
You mean with my stance? My stance in the middle ground? What?
Just don't think so practically.
Don't think
Right?
so practically.
Yeah, it's not
Right.
about the steps. It's not about the movements. It's about you. You've got us at your back. You've got better swordsmanship than I thought you would, but you are so apprehensive when we're in the thick of it. You don't need to be. Or looks around, see if anyone's there. You're really good. And I know that it's scary that we're going to Sackville, because I don't know if Sackville's going to be exactly what you told us it's going to be. I don't know.
It's Sackville's marvelous. What are you talking about?
Okay. Well, we'll see. It's gonna be interesting. But Sackville's the closest we've got to a homestead, right? Like you are, it's your town, and you have some sway in it, in theory.
You're welcome. Thank you, my friend.
And it's not about. When we get there, it's not about. Do we have the nicest rooms? Do we have the best food? Do we have the best lodgings? You need to muster some support for the nightmares that we have to deal with. It's not going to be as important to any of us, at least, how comfortable and beautiful this place is. What's going to matter is what you can do with your town.
You're right. I will try my best. That is all I can do.
It is. And when we were dealing with the Nightmare King, I know people were upset with what you did or didn't do in that fight, but you're the only one of us who stuck to your moral obligations. You know, we were there for a purpose, and you stuck to your convictions. That's not a bad thing.
Yes. I just feel... You give me confidence, David. You give me confidence. You make me feel like I'm worth something. So thank you.
You're ugh, sorry, this is hard. You're worth a lot, Reginald.
Thank you.
And you've got skills to back it up.
I don't know, that 23rd time, you really had me there.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like I'm rolling really poorly in these fights. Let's go back to camp. Let someone else. Let's get us some rest and let someone else take over.
It's been a long day.
It has, and you can just be you. You don't have to be a host or the magnificent Reginald. Be the one who showed me that they've got a moral compass and you've got some good swordplay. You could be the leader that we need to stop a widespread nightmare, because we can't just go to every place. We just can't.
Oh, leader? No. Surely that's San Leon's the leader. No.
I don't mean of our group. I mean of Sackville.
Oh, yes, of course.
You think San Leon's the leader?
Yes, I mean, his outfits are beautiful. The way he holds himself, I mean, that's leadership material in my book.
This has been a really good talk, Reginald. And go to sleep.
I just feel really self-important for some reason. Out of nowhere.
San Leon, I had this amazing idea. You're the leader of the group.
When
Whatever
did that
you need
happen?
me to do, I will brainwash everyone in this group to believe it. I
Can
have
you
so many
brainwash
commands.
David to bring me more delicious food, please?
Yes.
Yeah, my first command as leader
Is food. More of that. Yes, yum yum.
That's good. Kotatar will take second watch with anyone that wants to. But before Reginald and David go to bed, Reginald, one thing before you go to bed.
Yes, my friend.
Then he kind of like looks at the flowers with a bit of a sigh. That counter of yours was actually pretty great.
Really?
Certainly stopped me in my tracks, didn't it? Now imagine a world with that instinct that you had to react against me is done towards our enemies. Just something to think about.
Thank you. Sincerely, thank you. Now have a good watch, my friend.
Great.
Kotatar.
So, yeah, there you go.
I'm coming.
Then, Leon, we meet again. Of course you are.
No, it'll be fine. I'm going to sit and have a chat. It's nothing silly. Don't worry.
No swordplay?
I mean, if you want to, but honestly, I'm quite tired.
No.
Yeah, I thought so. So, how do you feel about what went down at the castle? At the fort? Whatever it's called. The flying thing.
Truthfully? Doesn't really change anything. The irony is, from our side, we're witnessing some growth. That's the irony. From everyone.
Yes, I would say so. I have viewed growth across the board from every member of this motley crew. These misfits are definitely growing into, dare I say, somewhat of adventurers, kind of, maybe a little bit. Possibly. What do you think?
We may survive this scourge yet.
Wouldn't that be a thought? Oh, no, I think we will. I think we will. I think if we have the conviction to do so, we will.
And even if we don't believe that, it's good to pretend sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
That's what's interesting about seeing these dreams and nightmares manifest.
Yes.
The reality for these people. They're a reality for us.
Reality. What is reality? Oh, no, we're not going into philosophy. No, scratch that. I don't want to talk philosophy. Not just yet. So, Sackville first.
What is that, some sort of build? We talk about these other four things, like this is like philosophy, all the things before philosophy are prerequisites, suddenly.
Are you saying philosophical things, Kotatar?
I'm just curious why it's a stop for you.
Oh, because my brain is mush. I am tired.
I see.
I would go into it, but it's more of, we've just gone through an ordeal, and I'd like to just reflect on the base positives, I think, this time around. I mean, look at Reginald. He stood up for himself, and also was able to parry one of your strikes. Maybe four.
You know what's odd about that specifically is, certainly in the moment I was, as you can imagine, quite perturbed.
I bet you were. I understand why.
Very much.
I mean,
of course.
I couldn't hit that bastard. I thought I had a drop on him. He was slippery. What is he?
Me too.
What is that? Is he a fragment? I don't know.
Speculating on it, I don't know it's worth our time, because I think what we can be sure is an inevitability is that we will meet again. And next time,
yes,
my shot will ring true. I assure you of that.
If you need me to grab the bastard, I'll make sure it happens.
Don't make it easy for me.
Oh, okay, fine. But it's there if you want it. All right. Well, I guess we should get along with our watch.
I suppose. Let me ask you a question. What in your mind do you see when you look at the stars at night?
I see the sky itself, I see an open-ended opportunity that was taken from me for all but possibly about 450 years. You see, Kotatar, I was more or less indoors or under cloud coverage. I mean, you know, the clouds were there to stop and allow us to walk free. They didn't feel like freedom. So the stars are real freedom. And I've been cherishing them ever since. That's what I see. What about you?
Home.
Home.
Just home.
Nice.
The irony is none of these stars or gossamer or anything is that. As a matter of fact, Limbo Sky looks absolutely nothing like this. Not even close.
What does it look like?
Much more gossamer. There's a purple hue to it.
Oh.
Whereas we see constellations now, typically. They're essentially people made, trying to make sense of what we can't understand. While in Limbo, we see it all. And we know it all. And we categorize it. And we learn and debate. It's much more boring here.
Boring here, as opposed to the place that you can categorize and know everything. As opposed to the place you don't know everything. Like things are new and fresh. You think that's more boring, do you?
Everything's new and fresh when suddenly 14,000 of them are a bunch of supernovas and black holes.
Certainly flashy. Don't know what that is. Supernova. Sounds interesting.
Especially when you can do the math and do almost a 3, 2, 1 countdown and gone.
Like the things you see in cities sometimes. The lights. I think they're called was it powderworks, fireworks, something like that. I'd like to make a perception check, just to see if I see anything out in the.
You want to look at the open sky, the night sky?
Sure. Just perceiving.
Oh, you just want to perceive what's around you. Okay. Give me.
Because we're on watch, right? Yeah.
Yep.
$13, not the best.
It's not bad though. You actually, you guys took a break just at the edge of the forest, so you're kind of backed against the forest, and in front of you is just wide open plains. There's a river that's just trickling, not too far from you, and there's tons of stars in the sky. Different worlds, different planes, who knows? And it's quiet. There's a couple crickets. And you see a shooting star.
Oh, Kotatar, look. A shooting star. You know what that means, right?
No, but I've heard making a wish.
Don't distract me. Don't distract me. Okay. I'm not telling you.
I wasn't asking.
I'm not telling you. I won't.
See, this is part of my issue. Shooting stars in many cases are extraordinary. But what's extraordinary when you're from a twisting plane of supreme elemental chaos?
Well, that's just it, isn't it? If you can imagine everything and it happens and you know on the dot when it's going to happen, then it becomes boring. But if you're in the miasma that is life, its disconcordance and its chaos, that, my friend, is interesting. Because you don't know what's around the corner.
That's just it. Even when you do know, it happens. Then you do it again. Maybe the next time it won't be the same.
We're doing philosophy again. I just...
And no prerequisites were required.
No, I suppose you're right. Whatever. Fine. I'll give you that one.
Let's see. That's 47,000 Kotatar, suddenly on 137.
Excuse me. Absolutely wrong.
Okay, 47,000 me, like 10,000 you.
That's still incorrect. We're more like half and half. There's a lot of things where you just peter off, go, and I'm like, ah!
I don't sound like that at all.
Oh, sure. Don't sound like... No, of course not. No, you don't sound like that.
I refuse to dignify you with an impression of you.
Well, aren't you just the bigger person?
And that's why I'm leading by over 30,000.
Ooh, I don't know about that. We'll see.
And he is like grinning a little bit.
Yeah. No, San Leon is like ear to ear. Yep.
And the bromance grows.
Yeah.
Level up, romance. The social persona. Oh no, they are Goku and Vegeta. Fuck! Oh no! Or they're Vegeta and Piccolo. I can't decide.
Gogeta! Ah!
Is there anything else you'd like to do on your watch?
No, it's all right.
All right, you guys can
Bitching about chaos.
Nira and Silva if you'd like.
For sure. I think like I'll look at San Leon. It's like, you want me to go? Speaking of chaos, I'll go wake up Nira if you want to. She might punch me, but we'll see what happens.
I'll wake up Silva. It's fine.
All right.
I punch Kotatar when I wake up, and I do damage to myself.
because I cast shield and you hit yourself. Yes.
Strength of 10. Yeah.
I just kind
Amazing.
Our turn.
of open my eyes and stare for a minute. All
No
right.
coffee this time, I'm afraid, but in the morning.
Okay, it's fine. You owe me.
I do.
I go outside. I climb on top of the bubble and sit on top of the bubble.
Is this where we're watching tonight?
I guess. Do you have any?
All right. This is actually kind of fun.
Right.
Yeah, it feels
I didn't
a little...
time it very well, and we might be waking them up by falling through the bubble, but we'll see what happens at the end of the 8 hours.
Right. I love it. It's a good alarm clock.
Hey, look, the shooting star.
I didn't see it.
I didn't either. I thought I just heard someone talk about one.
Oh.
Hey, Silva, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
How do you make the things come out of you? You don't do it very
what
often.
kind of things?
Well, I haven't seen you do it very often, but I've seen you a couple of times. You just like shoot stuff out of you.
Oh, you mean like the
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah.
I'm not super familiar actually with magic. I only recently learned how to do it. I found a like non-conventional sort of way. When Oberon died, I was making a necklace, the one that I gave to David. And it was kind of just a way to, I don't know, grieve. And in one of the darkest moments, something spoke to me, and I answered, and it taught me magic. And it promised that it would help me keep people I care about from being hurt again.
Do you like the magic?
Not really.
That would make sense, because I don't really see you use it very often.
Yeah, it hurts.
What?
I guess that's just like a thing with magic, though, right? It has a cost.
No. It's nothing. It's like breathing, and I'll like prestidigitate like a breeze that smells like candy. It's just you think it and it happens. Sometimes you need extra stuff, like a jewel, or some of it needs like mud or ash, but it shouldn't ever hurt.
I've never used anything to make magic.
Do you know who you talk to?
Some sort of being. Magical. It just told me that it could help me. I don't really know much about it.
Do you trust him?
I don't know if there's anything to not trust. It just wanted to help, I suppose.
So there's stories of people who are in pain and make deals with entities, or entities trick them into making deals, and sometimes it's not always good. But other times, sometimes people are in pain and nice entities make deals with them to help them and make them not hurt. But I haven't heard of an entity making someone hurt who's already hurt. That sounds mean.
I don't know if they're making me hurt. I think...
But if the magic hurts...
They said that if I gave them my pain, that would be the exchange. I don't know how it works. But it's helped.
Did you ever meet them or see them or just hear a voice?
It was like this earthy, fiery being.
I pull out my notebook and start drawing whatever Silva is describing.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of formless, but it came from the ground and swirled about. I think it said something about the stone that I had been carving called to it. And
the notebook's looking like a cryptology notebook. I'm writing like the little things you say on the sides. Silva, can I ask you, I want to ask you before I try.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see the memory?
What do you mean?
So sometimes I can see thoughts, and if you're thinking about it, when I try to look, I might be able to see them and hear them, and I can help you figure out who they are. If you want to know. If you don't want to know, we don't have to. But
I'm fine. I think that it's just, I don't think it has any bad or good intentions. I think it just is.
okay.
I don't feel worried about it. I'm not afraid of some nefarious purpose. I think it's just an even exchange of power for power.
I don't like that it hurts you, though. And I wish we could do something to figure that out.
It'll be okay. For now, you just keep on making your breezes of cotton candy smells and whatever wild whimsical magic you do.
If you ever
God.
want to figure out more, though, I got your back.
I have yours.
And I think we'll spend more time. I'll just ask like little questions about it and like little questions about the necklace. Nothing like too pointed that would give me any more information, I think, at this moment. Until the bubble pops and we fall in onto whoever's below us.
And it was on that day that
It's
You
morning!
all fall into a rude awakening as Nira and Silva poof right into the middle of that, landing on San Leon.
I rage.
I also rage. I took a
look
level of
around
barbarian suddenly.
Oh, man, go back to sleep! Go back to sleep! Go back to sleep!
What?
The bubble's up. It's morning.
Bubbles.
it's time for coffee. Wake up.
I now owe me coffee. Thank you very much. And I place my swords back
Coffee.
in my sheaths.
Why are you this bubbly already? Why?
Well, we had last watch, so we had time to wake up and
And I've been with this one all
get
night.
bubbly. Yeah.
Kotatar, I'll get you some
And
coffee.
we have cotton candy air, and I make cotton candy air.
That's so good.
Smells delicious.
As San Leon walks over to like the like brew pot, David just goes, "Don't you touch my coffee." The
Absolutely
last time
not.
you
Come.
brewed it,
Come, my friend.
it was terrible.
Well, it wasn't that bad. You're just amazing.
No. Everyone else's is better.
No, it's not. Look, I'm going to do it now. I'm going to do it.
Give me a roll. Give me a.
What?
Give me a copy roll.
Can I give
Unexpected fun.
disadvantage?
What am I rolling?
Just give me give me a nature check. I don't know. I feel like
Nature?
you use nature
Survival.
stuff. I can't think of it. Survival. Give me a
Just
survival.
roll a dice, god damn it!
Roll a dice.
There'd just be sticks and nettles in it.
19.
Nice.
Right.
Oh,
I wonder what that's like.
Hashtag anti-David.
Like,
You
Because
did good
he's
tonight.
raging.
now the thing is David is right. It was horrible before, but now San Leon is like sweating and like doing it properly because he's angry. He's angry coffee brewing.
rage coffee.
Rage coffee. I leave it to you, I hope, to say how it tastes, but
It tastes pretty good. It is. It's not bad, but it is not David's. It's
Yeah, it's not
David's.
David's,
Is
yeah.
pretty good. Yeah.
yeah.
Unless you make me roll for it.
Take one sip. This is shit.
Coffee.
Where's David's coffee?
Nira, what was...
Kotatar.
I recognize the spell, but what was that smell? I don't think I've smelled that before.
Have you? Actually, Nira is going to like half like crawl up into a rock, half crawl up, grab your head. Have you never had cotton candy?
Why are you holding my face like this?
Because
What's
it's
cotton
very
candy?
important. I know the answer.
Well, I'm not familiar with the...
It's sweet.
I know what cotton
and it's
is. I'm
fluffy,
aware
and
of
it's on
candy.
a stick, and it's all fluffy, and then you put it in your mouth and it dissolves, and it's made of pure sugar, and sometimes it's pink, and sometimes it's blue or purple, and they make weird shapes out of it, but it's pure sugar. It's so good.
Well, twice a year in Sackville, we have some passing travelers who do bring cotton candy.
I could make cotton candy right now.
Do it.
Really?
Do it.
Candy for breakfast.
I'm unsure
Breakfast of
if
champions.
this is something that I would like. The smell is both awful and intoxicating and amazing at the same time.
That's exactly cotton candy.
That's cotton candy, baby.
Really.
Maybe.
So this, to your point around this disappearing, that sounds. Why
It just.
does it?
Oh, have you know ice? ice, right? You have ice. When
Right.
it's no longer ice, it's just a puddle. That's what it does.
The water
Like
cycle,
candy does.
yes.
Yeah, it's like it like puddles in your mouth of sugar.
There's a cotton candy cycle.
Yes, it does. It's a solid. It is a liquid. I guess it is kind of gassy because it floats when they make it in the air pots.
Makes me gassy.
It is.
You see him
it
just
is
like
a
he's like
magical
processing this, like he was just like very seriously just like contemplating this like cotton candy cycle of science.
David will go and get a dry pot, and I'll burn a spell for this. This is
What spell are you
Kotatar?
burning?
heat metal.
What?
spells.
Heat metal.
We could just put the pot on the fire and like press the dishes to air. So all you need is hot air that flows up.
But I was just having like the whole thing be like that and have the wind. So basically, I mean, we'll fire and heat metal, but just get the heat in there, and then we'll pour sugar in and just, I mean, I don't know, druid stuff, wind, druid stuff.
All right.
And we'll spin some sugar.
Do we each have to find our own stick from the woods to like?
Only San
I use
Leon
my-
has to find his own.
Amazing.
Oh my god.
Oh, you're just sad because I made all right coffee. Oh, because it was all right. You see it yelling from the woods. Then it was. Oh, there's a stick. That's not going to do.
Oh, there's ants on that stick.
They're actually
I come back
Really
grumpy with a
easy.
stick.
Oh, poor San Leon.
We'll hand it to Kotatar and ask him if anyone in Limbo has ever imagined anything this whimsical.
He's like studying it and like poking at it, and like you know how like you touch cotton candy and like it has like it like imprints and like doesn't move. Fascinating.
I'm gonna take
Wow, he
the
really is
whole
a
thing
Klingon.
and just
Jesus Christ.
shove it into my mouth all at the same time, and stare at you.
Oh, all I imagine is that GIF where there's like this like on a
100%.
panel, and just the stick goes.
That's what I'm doing.
He'll look at
I
Silva
just-
and like as if you like swallowed like a bomb and like wait for like any sort of like negative or physical reaction as you just stare at how does it feel?
Real good.
See, the way you can make it better is if you just dip it in water first.
And he eats the whole thing.
It dissolves in your mouth as you stuff it in.
Where did
It's
it,
quite
I
a
don't understand.
sensation.
I'm like I understand magic.
And you
See,
start to
it's the
feel
best
a
thing.
little bit of a sugar high.
Kotatar levels up.
There is
eyes
100%.
dilate.
You know that little picture of the little girl covered in in cotton candy? Like that's 100% Nira's like
yeah, totally. That's 100%. How does this is not good for our metabolism. This is okay. I this is very dangerous. I understand. Okay, I understand.
Dangerous. And then you see me
This
looking at the
is-
stick, and as an oddly steak-shaped stick holding it at a distance. I don't like this stick. I don't know why.
Beautiful. It's
Okay, so-
delicious. So good. Good job, David.
Do the different colors also represent something?
no, they're just different colors. They all taste exactly the same.
Then
I mean, if you're
why-
making a picture with it, then yes, because some people make art with it and they make big pictures in the different colors.
but the art does not disappear. Like the cotton candy just disappeared.
It's
Yes,
the
it
best
does.
part,
You
baby.
eat
It does. Yeah.
That's what makes it art.
Sometimes the beauty of the
make
thing is the
something beautiful.
moment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
art
want
you
us
can
to be
eat
a
is
part
really
of art?
cool.
Art
Whoever
you
does
can eat
that's
is the
really
best.
cool.
It's the best art.
Why do we need coffee when we could have just been utilizing this? Oh, that's why. And like he has the sugar drop. He goes, oh.
Yeah, I was about to say, both at once though is a good time.
With the sugar, with the cotton candy, you just keep eating it. If you never stop eating it, though.
With the cotton
Yes.
candy and your coffee.
Oh yes,
David,
watch.
David looks at
Disappears.
Nira
It just
a little
completely
bit
melts into the
frightened.
coffee, and it's gone.
Oh.
So drink it.
I believe that I do enjoy this far too much.
God, that is so sweet. That is so.
So good.
You all enjoy your cotton candy coffee and a bit of a breakfast. And if nothing else, you guys are a day away, half a day away from Sackville. So
Get there.
Do we travel faster because cotton candy?
Yes, but only for like 20 minutes, and then we slow down to half speed for an hour.
That's so true. But then again, it's Kotatar's favorite terrain, so like perhaps not. Anyway.
As we're traveling, I just sort of sidle up to David and say, "So I had an idea, and I think you are the man for the job. What if we wove some coffee into the cotton candy?"
Do I tell you how to climb up walls?
Sorry, what?
Do I tell
You
you how to
broke up.
climb up walls? Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
There
Do
you
I
go.
tell you how to climb up walls?
No, but you could. I mean, I would listen at the very least.
How would you mix the coffee with the cotton candy?
So I was thinking about the liquid, and you know how it kind of does the thing, and you heat it up. What if you were to turn the coffee into kind of like a paste, and then as that's melting into kind of that I was watching over your shoulder because this is the goo right before it starts spinning. What if you were able to sort of weave that into it somehow? I don't know. It might work. Could be an interesting experiment at the very least.
Right. I hate it. Yes, I'm sorry. It's a really good one. And I don't know if coffee, maybe. But
The two flavors could intermingle quite nicely.
what about berries?
Just a thought.
And in the distance, Sackville comes into view. You guys see a city. It's small, it's quaint, but it is a gray day. The sun is not out. It's quite dreary. And there seems to be a little bit of a haze over the city as you guys approach.
Like a fog, or just something menacing, or
Yeah, like a fog.
Fog that lays.
It's a check on the DM.
near
Home sweet home.
Silva. I'm
Yeah.
I'm a bit nervous. What about you?
It's just a town.
Not just
Would you
any
feel
town,
better?
though.
Would you feel better riding in on a steed?
I'll pass, but thank you for the offer. Oh, what happened to
you-
our horses?
Yeah, do we have our horses?
No, we don't.
You
No.
are going to find out maybe
never.
what happened.
Christopher, my poor Christopher.
About the horses.
My
I
God.
forgot totally. I just
They
remembered.
always forget
What's a
about the
horse? Never heard of them.
Oh my god.
That's why I bring my own horse. It's me.
No.
Where I go.
One,
No,
we don't-
we don't think about
know
that.
you are, but
Ooh. All right, I'll gather everyone around. Okay, my friends. Yes. Yes. Okay, be prepared to enter Sackville. It might not be exactly like I described it.
What?
really?
But This is my home. This is Silva's home. You are welcome. Any food you want, all lodgings, everything is there for you to use.
Well, that's enough for me, I think. More than enough. And I smile and I just pat Reginald on the back.
Thank you, Stanleon. And I will take.
Is there a particular cotton candy variation that is specific to this area?
Well, no, as I said, we have biannual
That was
travelers
sarcasm.
who come. Oh, of course, it was sarcasm.
That was sarcasm.
That was sarcasm.
And a joke.
Back up, yeah.
End joke. You guys reached the gates, the opening of the city. There are no guards on duty. It is just an open gate and the wall around the city.
Is there anything noticeable from like nightmare stuff that we've heard about? Like, is there any noticeable damage or incursion? Like, is there any hint of trouble?
Yeah, like anything smells off.
Give me
Yeah,
perception
like-
checks.
Yeah, like
yeah,
someone
I mean,
else besides also me.
Yeah, boo boo, I got you.
Are we all doing that or just some?
Sure.
Oh, I am.
if you want to perceive.
Do I get an
22
advantage?
for
This is my
Kotatar.
hometown.
Okay.
It's your favorite terrain?
Hometown is my favorite terrain.
What was this
15.
one?
I'll just roll.
Medicine?
Yeah, I mean, we are trying to
16.
heal the city. 22.
20. Yeah, 22 as well.
Hey,
Those are good.
Twinsies.
Yeah. I'll say Kotatar and Nira, you guys are the first to notice this. Sorry, Reginald, what did you get?
15.
And Silva, did you roll?
11.
Okay. Kotatar and Nira.
Hope you didn't ask me.
Oh yeah, sorry. What did you get?
8.
And we're back.
Question for you, Hope.
Yes.
Do I recognize this fog?
Ew. What's that face?
That face at all.
You do
Vampire fog.
Okay.
You do not.
Because for a second there, I thought we were going to hang out with Strahd. Okay, so
Kotatar and Nira, it doesn't smell great here. You definitely notice. And Kotatar, with your eyes, your eagle eyes, even though you guys have just approached the city, the walls, I don't know, they seem like they're made of something that is deteriorating.
via like age, like the age of the walls, like via
when
material?
you get it's like when you get cardboard wet. Something is it's like something is changing the chemical make of these walls. It is just deteriorating. Like as if it's old.
They
It's
typically
meant to be
not
like that.
take
Do I
care.
notice it?
Reginald,
I'll
you
point
do
it
not
out.
notice it. Yeah, unless he's gonna point it out.
Yeah, I'll point
There
it
you
out. Easy fix.
Oh, so this is not what it usually looks like, right?
That's correct. Reginald, as you peer in through the gates, seems the whole city is like this. The cobblestone is dilapidated. There's whole potholes in the city. It's dreary. A light rain is coming down and it's foggy. And it does look like the city is deteriorating, and it's in a worse spot than when you left it.
I'm gonna go up to the gates and just like grab them. I assume the gates are closed.
The gates are actually open.
They're open.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're open. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna walk.
Real quick before you walk in, are we in the fog right now?
No, not really. It seems just to be within the city.
If Reginald tries to walk off, I'm like, hold on 1 second.
What? Yes.
I don't know if that's safe to walk in there.
It's my town. It's my duty.
It just seems like there's a fog. Is there normally a fog here?
At certain times of year, but never anything this dense, I believe. Everyone stay back. Everyone just stay back. I'll go ahead, and I'll walk through the gates and start spotting everything that's kind of, becoming horrible, and just absolutely devastated, and falls on his knees and says, "My town.
Yes, Reginald, you see shops boarded up. You see sick people in the streets, particularly a small family, a grandfather, a mother, and a small child, sickly, just trying to make their way through the streets. It's not a very pleasant sight here. This is not the Sackville you know. While the Sackville you know isn't as amazing as other cities, it's never been this bad before.
My town. What? My friends, what's
Have you heard
going
anything
on?
from your cousin lately? Wasn't he supposed to take care of this?
Yes, Howard, we must go to him. And we'll go to the, I guess the castle-ish type area where the rulers usually hang out.
Yep, you make your way to the other side of the city, and as you do, you're walking down the main street. Once again, some shops are boarded up. There's not a lot here. There's, a bakery, there's an inn, but there's a lot of jewelry shops. And you can look in through the windows of these jewelry shops to see the jewels, and even the jewels seem dull. And you make your way to your headquarters, where you would reside. And pouring out as soon as he sees you is an Eladrin in his autumn form. Red hair, wavy red hair down to his shoulders, and twigs sticking out of it. And he's got glowing orange tattoos on his face. And he's donned in like a not a very nice, kind of a makeshift leather armor.
Do I know
My
who
cousin.
this is?
This is Howard.
There we go.
My cousin, you return.
Howard. And I'll run forward and hug him tightly.
He gives you a really big hug back. I've missed you. And I promise I have been keeping things in order while you are away as best I can.
Order. This can't be order.
I don't know what to say. Everything was fine until just a couple days ago.
What happened? Did someone arrive? What happened?
No, nothing. I just woke up and this fog was here and this dreary weather, and suddenly everything seems wrong about the city. I feel like I cannot handle everything, but I'm trying my best. Not to mention that our jail is full. Cities all across the land have been sending their prisoners here, and we're almost at full capacity. Honestly, I do not know if Estella can keep the jail at bay.
We've always been a location for prisoners, but are you saying it's worse than ever?
It is.
Oh my god. What? Who is around? Who's left? I mean, aside from you.
Well, of course, Estella, your sheriff, she's here. And Amosia, Goldberg, the farmer, your one town farmer that's left. Oderic, and actually a stable keeper from Capital City. Yorick. He's here, and he's brought horses.
Oh, two horses.
He's brought a couple, yes.
A white one and a not white one.
Yes.
Yes, those are our horses. Yes. Tell him thank you and pay him appropriately. So was it 2 days ago that the jails became over full? Or was this a gradual?
It's been a very gradual thing over the past week.
Take me to the jail.
Of course. And he regards everybody else for a moment.
Yeah, Reginald was so shocked he forgot to introduce everybody.
As that conversation was happening, Kotatar will look to Nira and Silva. Do you sense anything of the arcane from this fog?
I was going to ask if there was enough time to detect magic ritually.
Sure. Yeah. As you walked through the city, you can absolutely detect magic.
So yeah, I'll have that popped off. See if I see anything weird.
You get a sense of magic that this is not natural for the city, but you don't hone in on any source. It's kind of just like a buzz in the air.
Yeah, this isn't normal, but I don't know where it's coming from.
Could be a nightmare.
What? Yeah, of course it's a nightmare.
Well, I'm not ruling anything out.
Nira, maybe you want to try to read Howard's thoughts? See.
I don't see why that would be a problem. I pop off a detect thoughts.
Okay.
When Reginald and Howard are talking.
All right. The surface thoughts that you get from Howard are just like a joy, almost like a relief feeling, that could be towards having Reginald back.
And while I have it up, because I've done this enough that I can kind of ignore our party, do I feel anything else or anyone else that I don't see?
No.
Okay, cool. I'll lean over to David. He and Kotatar. He seems happy. I could try to go deeper, but he'll know.
Do you care if he knows?
I mean, most people don't like it when you just go poking in your heads without permission. And I don't know him very well, and I feel like this might insult Reginald.
You could ask him.
Most people who are lying to you don't want you to do it.
But you could do it anyway.
But don't you
I
think
feel like
it's
we're
possible?
back to the same problem.
It's also really, really possible that he's happy and relieved because Reginald's here and
We're
he can
here.
pass off the responsibility.
Right.
You're right.
I
So
mean,
I need to read him deeper to make sure Reginald's safe then.
All right, well, let's let Reginald have his freak out, and when he feels okay with introducing the fact that we're here with him, then we can get into problem solve mode. But this is his realm.
Well, if it's for safety, I'll just dig deeper. Then it's fine.
There he is. He's about to turn around. Watch. He's about to do it.
Don't worry too
Watch.
much about it. It's always been a little shitty over here.
Okay, and then I'll dig deeper.
Okay, what's the con save? No, sorry, it's a wisdom
it's
save.
a wisdom save of 15.
2.
So yeah, so questions that are being asked shape the thoughts, and I'm hoping that we kind of walk up when Reginald's asking what's going on. So
you're getting panic. As you dig deeper, there's a sincere panic and lack of understanding as to what's going on. His main thought that you might get while he's being asked these questions is, I have failed Reginald. I have failed him.
okay. you'll see Nira kind of like look at him, really concentrating, and then just be like, "Oh, no, I feel really bad now. He just feels really bad. I don't think he did anything wrong."
It's okay. I wasn't about if he did. What's going on? What's he thinking?
He failed this city.
You failed the city.
How could you fail?
I got an arrow now. Shit. My backstory is revealed.
I'll say to Howard, because I know how her spell works. Like, would you say that failing Reginald is your worst nightmare?
Do I hear that?
I mean, I think you said it out loud.
You've ignored us completely, which is totally understandable. But like, so we're just like trying to investigate some stuff while this is going on, and so yeah, I just shouted to him.
Reginald does not take that, and he's too focused and panicked. He's going straight for the jail.
Right. As Reginald begins to walk away, Howard looks at you and just says, "I don't know about a nightmare, but I am disappointed in myself for sure. This is Reginald's home, and I was given the task of keeping it safe, keeping it well. If
it's only been a couple days, this isn't on you. There's a nightmare that's taking over the world, causing all these problems. So this is probably not your fault. If that makes you feel any better,
is it reversible?
We're gonna try.
Remains to be seen.
Because Reginald doesn't deserve this. Not after all he's been through.
What has he been through?
Oh my gosh, you're detecting his thoughts too.
Yep. It only lasts for a minute, so you can cut me off at any point when I stop getting thoughts.
Oh my gosh, do it.
It's his family things. I have no right to speak of it. I assume you are all his traveling companions.
Really? You don't recognize me?
Silva,
way in the back. I of course, Silva, it is lovely to see you. Oh
my God, Howard. Nope, it's fine. You ruined it. You lost it. It's fine. It's good to see you still.
I'm sorry, you don't know me. The traveling bard, Petrichord. I've been everywhere. I play everywhere. You should know me. My name is Legend.
I'm going to turn to San Leon. Hold on my field. Traveling bard? Legend?
You turn around and you see a water Genasi with like this ponytail of wavery water that's just hair into a cuff that turns into this like wavery watery ponytail. Like the most lavish colors of like turquoise blues and golds, like puffy sleeves. You see that there's like this like loop thing on his back. But the swords remain on the side.
Yes, the legendary bard.
You said your name was Legend?
No.
Petrichord.
My name is Petrichord.
The legendary bard.
There's something that plays something for you now.
Yes, please.
Of course I
as
play.
We walk, play a song as we make it to the
Here's a lute, and I hand you a lute.
I already have one, but this is nice.
You have one. You play your...
I'm going to stop playing, and regardless of how bad or good it is, I'm going to pretend like it's good.
Performance check.
When I hand you when I hand you the lute, I give you bardic inspiration.
Add your bardic inspiration.
Thank you. That's a default, right?
That is
D8?
6?
D8.
D8.
Yeah.
Okay.
D8 at this level.
All right, roll to everyone. So what would have been a 17 is now a 22.
It's
nice.
Good. You guys don't know where this is coming from. Maybe it's just a confidence thing, but it actually makes this city feel a little bit nicer.
I just kind of like kneel down to Nira and say, just in silent voice, we do actually need to jam sometime. I used to do this a lot. I would love
Why
that.
didn't you say you've done this before?
It's just
This whole time I've just been
shy.
playing by myself.
And we sung that one time, remember? We walked in the Nightmare Realm.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
David throws
I
his
just
hands up in the air
resume.
and says, "Everyone's good at everything," and he follows Reginald.
Yep. Yep. That sounds about right.
Oh, God.
You guys make it through the winding. All of the streets here are a little bit smaller than normal cities. Everything's a little bit tighter. The alleyways are very tight, and buildings are built right on top of each other. And you guys make your way to a sheriff's. What's the word? The deputy place. Not a police station, but like
I'm pretty sure the deputy place.
It's called a deputy
Police
place.
office.
Yeah, police office, pretty much. A prison. Yeah. So you
The
guys get to the.
precinct.
Yeah, sure. It's one of those places. And you enter.
There's so many things I want to say right now.
I know, right? I can't have all the words all the
Kotatar
time.
yells ACAB and kills everyone in the building.
No, it's just me. Just me, Jacob, actually. Anyway.
As you guys make it up to the doors, you see someone standing and leaning against the doors. It's a tiefling with light purple skin. 50s, like an older tiefling, definitely aging. She's wearing a white roguish outfit with like a cloak, and she wears the hood over her head, and she has scars on her body, and she looks pretty tough. And she regards you, Reginald.
Yes.
Welcome back. And she like holds out to grab your wrist or your forearm to give you a good hearty shake.
Do I know this person?
This is Estella, your sheriff.
Ah, right. Yes. Okay. I wasn't sure if I knew them. Estella. What's happened here?
Prison's full. That's all I know. Things are going awry here.
Who's been sending their prisoners here? I mean, we can only take a certain amount at a time.
Everyone. We've got prisoners coming from Oakbury, Mirabara, and West Saris especially.
Oh God, West Saris. Are the prisoners? How are they being treated?
As like I always treat them, I'm stuffing them in jails until I can figure out what to do.
Do they? Oh my God, do they have food at least?
Of course.
What is our food situation? Do you know our food situation?
It is
For the town.
sparse, my lord. Very sparse. The crops are no longer growing outside the city.
I take all my rations and give them to Howard. Howard, I don't have much, but please hand this out to everyone.
In the prison.
No, the town, everywhere.
This will feed a few, but of course I will.
Better than nothing.
I can help. I can help you, Reginald.
Yeah, yes. Oh, well, where are my manners? Yes. I'm sorry, Howard. This is Saint Leon.
Petricord.
Yeah. Sorry,
I don't
my
know
bad.
why you keep
Petricord.
messing that up.
Yes, I always get their name wrong. Nira, David, and of course, you know, Sarah, Silva. You know, Silva. Please, if they can be of assistance and they're willing to help us, please.
Just take me to your farm, and I'll catch up with you guys later.
Yes, thank you,
If you
David. Thank
want.
you, David.
I mean, I can help take care of the food issue while you investigate what's going on here. Something I wouldn't have to roll, so we're good.
Thank you. And Howard will show you the way as you guys go off through the other side of the city gates.
Estella, have you talked to the prisoners? Have they got a sense of why so many are being sent here?
Right. Yes, of course. They keep on going on and on about how they're being plagued with nightmares and that it's the nightmares that made them do it. And who knows this nonsense I've been hearing.
my
Oh,
friend.
dear.
It might not be nonsense. But why are they being sent here?
Well, my lord, they are always sent here. We are the scrapyard for sending prisoners. We have the largest jail in the land. That is what we are known for.
Are you telling me they are being arrested and then sent here because of their visions or their nightmares? Have they done any other crimes?
It's on a case-by-case situation, but many of them have had to make rash judgments based off of things that are happening. I can't explain it. They just send them here and I take them.
Silva, I hate to do this, but do we actually need to go to West Ceres to get help to deal with this situation?
Why are you asking me?
I value your counsel.
Listen, I don't really know much about politics. You know that. But if you can think of something that would help us in West Ceres, then yes.
I don't know. My mother and father will just think I've failed again.
I mean, they sent the prisoners here themselves, didn't they?
Yes, and they seem to revel in it.
My lord, you did not hear.
What? Hear what?
The king of West Ceres, your father, he's fallen ill.
Fallen ill? How long?
I just received word yesterday.
Tragedy upon tragedy. I don't know how to handle this. One problem at a time. So food. Find out what's going on. Build a bigger jail? Can we build a bigger jail? My friends,
You don't need a bigger jail. Just talk to them and see what's happening.
Yes, of course. I'll find a prisoner and talk to them.
Sure, you go inside, and Estella falls behind you. I don't know if you guys all step inside. There is a long row of jail cells, and there is probably at least 6 to 7 people per jail cell. They're just filled in an almost inhumane way. And you'd like to...
Oh, sorry.
No, you go ahead.
Reginald,
Yes.
considering what we see here,
Yes.
there is a likelihood that if we resolve the nightmare, if we can here, that there may be reason to release these people. Are you willing to do that? Because right or wrong, that decision is yours.
I don't know if the resolving the situation here will help with the overcrowding situation. But
if it's true that these people did not do the deeds that they're accused of, then why wouldn't you?
wise counsel, my friend. Yes, let's get to the bottom of this.
And with that, we end our episode. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us on this adventure of Misfits of Alseta. Everyone in our chat, everyone watching on YouTube, and everyone listening on our podcast, we appreciate you. And we will be back, I believe, next week. Yes, we've got one more week before we're off again. Okay, we'll be back next week with the next chapter, and we're going to figure out what's going on in Sackville. Until then, bye-bye.
It's our fault. Bye.
Bye.